In today's video, I want to take you through more Black Friday updates as more deals have been posted on the PlayStation Store, and these are some of the deals you guys have been waiting for, so we'll go through all of that. Some really good stuff has been posted. And before we get into everything, I just want to remind you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so you are always notified of uploads, and that definitely helps out the channel too, so we always appreciate that. Again, the PlayStation Store is seeing a little bit of a sales update as more deals have been posted, and I'll take you guys through that. A lot of the PlayStation first-party titles have now been posted and discounted, and they are seeing significant discounts, so we'll take you through all of that. First of all, for you VR guys out there, Astro Rescue Mission is down to $13.99. Great price on that. This is widely considered to be one of the best games that has been released on VR. I don't know if I would go as far as to say it is the best. I wasn't as high on it as some other people, but I will concede the fact that it is a phenomenal platformer and a high quality title, and definitely one of the best games on VR. It's just that some of the things I thought people were saying about the game were a little bit hyperbolic, but it is a fantastic title, and for $14, it is a great buy. Concrete Genie just came out, and it's already seeing a little bit of a discount. It was already cheap at $30, well now it's down to $20.09. That is a great buy for Concrete Genie, and it turned out to be a really good game. That $30 price point really incentivized a lot of people to buy it right away, and now that it's even less than that, at $20.09, it is a great buy. Great visuals in that one, and a charming game all around. They do have the digital deluxe edition of that for $26.79. Next up, we have Days Gone down to $19.99. So just about every retailer and e-tailer is selling Days Gone for $19.99 during this Black Friday period, which is really good. Days Gone is one of those games that I think some people were a little bit hesitant in dropping a full $60 on, but now that it's down to $20, I see this being a pretty hot item and a lot of people picking it up. Days Gone is a very good game. I've said the same thing over and over about Days Gone. It's not at the quality tier of the elite PlayStation 4 exclusives. No one is going to try to convince you otherwise. I think the majority of you guys that have played Days Gone would agree that it's not at the level of God of War. It's not at the level of Uncharted 4, but those games have set the bar so incredibly high that if a game falls short of that quality level, that doesn't mean it's bad. In fact, Days Gone is quite good, and at $19.99, if you want a quality open world adventure, Days Gone is absolutely going to offer that. They do have the digital deluxe edition of that as well for $25, so that's something to look at. Detroit Become Human down to $9.99. This was offered as a PlayStation Plus title, I think, not too long ago, maybe back in July or something. But if you missed out on that, Detroit Become Human is a very good game. I think it's Quantic Dream's second best title, right behind Heavy Rain, but Detroit Become Human, obviously a more recent release, so it's not as dated as Heavy Rain, but $9.99 for Detroit Become Human is really good. If you want a game with very engaging storytelling, Detroit absolutely has that, and again, at this price point, I think it's the perfect price to pick it up for. It's not the lengthiest game in the world, but it is a really good one. The digital deluxe edition of Detroit is also available for $15, so there you have that. Everybody's Golf VR is down to $21, another VR title. Typically goes for $30. It's Everybody's Golf in VR. It works quite well, and I would say that's pretty good. Speaking of VR, also Firewall 0 Hour is down to $9.99. Most people would say that this is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege in VR, and I can definitely see those comparisons. It's a very good tactical shooter in VR. The community is still relatively active, and the developers of Firewall 0 Hour have been incredibly committed in updating the game, keeping it fresh, everything like that. They've done a really good job with all of those elements, so $9.99 for Firewall 0 Hour I think is a really good buy. God of War down to $9.99. Obviously, if you have a PS4 and you don't have God of War, you should probably smack yourself, and then you should probably buy God of War. It is a phenomenal game. Many would go as far as to say it's the best PlayStation 4 exclusive of this generation. Hell, many would say it's the best PS4 game of this generation, and I don't think either statement is all too hyperbolic. It is a phenomenal game. Technically, it's groundbreaking, and from a storytelling standpoint, it's fantastic. From a gameplay standpoint, it's fantastic. I cannot say enough good things about God of War, and at $9.99, it is an absolute steal. Alright, next up, we have Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition for $9.99. Of course, this includes Horizon Zero Dawn as well as Horizon Zero Dawn The Frozen Wilds. Horizon is a fantastic game as well. So how I would do the PlayStation PlayStation 4 exclusive tier list is I would put the God of Wars of the world at number 1. Number 2 would be the Horizon Zero Dawns, and then number 3 would be the Days Gones of the world. Horizon, very good outing from Guerrilla Games, has some issues here and there, but as a new IP, it's a very, very good game, and they set the table for a sequel, which I'm sure is coming on the PlayStation 5. If you've yet to check out Horizon, which at this point is a little bit older, I mean, it came out all the way back in early 2017, go back and give Horizon Zero Dawn a look, and with the Complete Edition, get the Frozen Wilds. It is a great deal. Next up, Marvel Spider-Man Game of the Year Edition is down to $19.99. This includes Marvel Spider-Man and all of the DLC. The DLC isn't quite as good as the main game, but it is still pretty good, and Spider-Man is a very good open world experience from Insomniac. Another game that was, you know, a new series being kicked off by Insomniac. It does have some issues here and there, but the overarching elements of the game definitely outweigh all of the bad. It is a great title, very, very good story, and it is one of the best open worlds to just run around and explore. It's a ton of fun, and at $19.99, given that you're getting the base game and all of the DLC, I do think it's a pretty good buy. It should be noted, majority of retailers, I believe Amazon included, is selling it for $15, so that is something to note if you do want to go the physical route and save a little bit. They do have all of the Spider-Man DLC on sale separately, and the City That Never Sleeps, that's the season pass, and that is available for $12.49. Alternatively, each piece of DLC is available for $4.99. Next up, we do have Medieval, another relatively recent release, and another one, much like Concrete Genie, came out at a budget price point of $30. That is down to $20.09. Medieval got a little bit of a mixed reception. However, I thought it was a very good game, especially if you're a fan of Medieval and going back to the PS1 days. If you played the game back in the day, it retains a lot of those nostalgic elements. So if you're going into it with nostalgia being one of the drawing factors, that is going to make you enjoy Medieval a lot more. And again, it released at a budget price point of $30. It would be one thing if it was a $60 game. I would have said stay away from that, but at $30, I already thought it was a great buy, and now at $20.09, it's an even better buy, and I definitely give it a look. The digital deluxe of that is available for $26.79 as well. Next up, for you baseball guys out there, MLB The Show 19 is available for $20.09. MLB The Show has been one of the most consistent baseball franchises that we have. I remember going back to MLB The Show 09, and that game was incredibly well received. I've never been a big baseball buff and a baseball aficionado in terms of the video game realm. However, if you are, MLB The Show is definitely the route to go. The All-Star Edition is available for $26.79, and the Digital Deluxe Edition is available for $46.89. The Inpatient is available for $9.99, decent little game there. All the Naughty Dog titles are discounted. The Last of Us Remastered, which was recently available as a PlayStation Plus title, and I imagine the majority of you guys have played it, but if not, $9.99 for that is really good. Of course, that includes the base game and the Left Behind DLC. A lot of good stuff there, so do give that a look, especially with Last of Us Part 2 on the horizon. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, down to $9.99. Phenomenal, phenomenal game. I know most people are partial towards God of War as the best game of this generation, or at the very least the best PS4 exclusive of this generation. I ask you guys, have you forgotten about the excellence of Uncharted 4? I remember when this game came out back in 2016, so yes, it has been a little while, but man, Uncharted 4 was a phenomenal, phenomenal game. You're talking about quality storytelling, incredible characters, great pacing, and pacing is something that I feel like a lot of games do mess up on in terms of keeping the game engaging and having a variety of different elements being thrown at the gamer so the game feels engaging at all times. Uncharted 4 did that really well. Generally speaking, all of the Uncharted games do that really well, but Uncharted 4 doubly so, and it really put a nice bow on the story of Nathan Drake. It was just an incredible experience, and I highly, highly recommend it. Again, when people talk about PS4 exclusives, I feel like the game that has become synonymous with the idea that they are so good is God of War, maybe even Horizon Zero Dawn over Uncharted 4. I don't know necessarily why that is. Maybe it's because it's been north of 3 years since the release of Uncharted 4. Whatever the case may be, if you've yet to play, go back and play it, but if you've never even played Uncharted, where you should start is the Uncharted The Nathan Drake Collection. This includes Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3. Of course, these were all PlayStation 3 games. Uncharted 1 released all the way back in 07, Uncharted 2 09, and Uncharted 3 in 2011. So these games show their age a little bit compared to Uncharted 4. However, they are still very good, and outside of Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3 are still incredible experiences. Uncharted 1 is very good, but I played through Uncharted 1 probably a year year or two ago, and yeah, I could definitely notice some of the age with that game, given that it's been 12 years since it came out. Uncharted 1 just generally wasn't as good as Uncharted 2 either. Again, very good game still. I don't want you guys to get it twisted. It's worth playing through all three of them, but $9.99 for the Nathan Drake collection is fantastic. And the Lost Legacy, Uncharted The Lost Legacy that is available for $9.99. That is the standalone expansion to Uncharted 4, where you do play as Chloe Fraser and Nadine Ross. And for $9.99, I think that's a really good buy as well. It's more of the same from Uncharted 4, but is that really a bad thing? No, not at all. And lastly, I do want to note that Until Dawn is kind of holding up in price a little bit, but it is seeing a little bit of a discount at $13.99. That's a pretty good buy. That was one of the early PS4 exclusives. Kind of surprising that Until Dawn is $14. That game came out all the way back in August of 2014. And then you got games like God of War at $9.99, Uncharted 4 at $9.99, and all of these other games at $9.99, but Until Dawn's the one that's going to hold up in price a little bit more. Not to crap all over Until Dawn. Again, I thought it was a very good game. It's just kind of funny how that works. A game that I think is worth going back and checking out. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, more Black Friday deals live on the PlayStation Store right now, and these are probably some of the deals that you guys were waiting for, whether it be Spider-Man, Horizon, God of War, some really, really great deals. And at $9.99 for games like Horizon and God of War, that is just absolutely insane. And Uncharted 4, here I am forgetting about mentioning Uncharted 4, but there you have it. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.